My beloved child, this message reached you today for a reason far deeper than you realize, because what has been moving around your life, what has been quietly forming in the unseen corners of your home, started long before you even sensed anything was wrong. You have been living your days thinking everything was normal, thinking everyone around you had the same heart you carry, the same intentions you hold, the same purity you walk with, but heaven saw something else entirely. Something shifted. Something inside your home changed. A whisper turned into a thought turned into a conversation slowly turned into a plan, and that plan was built with your name at the center of it. You felt the energy inside your home become heavier, but you ignored it. You noticed someone's tone changing, but you brushed it off. You sensed a distance growing between you and someone who used to be close, but you tried to stay calm. You didn't know that these were not coincidences. These were warning signs, subtle signals showing you that someone's heart had started drifting into a darker intention. And heaven couldn't stay silent anymore. My beloved child, you must understand, the most dangerous plots are never started by strangers. They are birthed by familiar faces, in familiar spaces, through familiar voices, often from those who once smiled at you, ate with you, lived with you, or depended on you. The enemy knows that if the attack came from outside, you would be prepared. But when the attack begins inside your home, inside your comfort, inside the walls you trust, it hits you unprepared. And that is exactly why this revelation is coming to you right now, because what was intended to weaken you is about to be exposed before it becomes something you cannot undo. Something happened recently inside your home, something you weren't present for but heaven witnessed sharply. A conversation took place, your name came up, not in love, not in concern, but in irritation, jealousy, and negative intention. Someone mentioned your success, your blessings, your rising energy, and another person inserted a quiet comment, just soft enough to sound harmless, just sharp enough to plant poison. They didn't say it loudly. They said it in a low tone, pretending it was a casual thought. But heaven heard the real intention behind it. They wanted someone to see you differently. They wanted someone to distance themselves from you. They wanted someone to doubt you, mistrust you, or question your every move. And the saddest part? It worked. That was the first step of the plot. A small emotional wedge placed carefully between you and someone inside your home. That one quiet comment has already changed the energy around you. Someone who used to speak kindly suddenly became short-tempered. Someone who used to welcome you now becomes quiet when you enter the room. Someone who used to share things with you now hides their emotions. Someone who used to defend you silently watches instead of speaking up. It's subtle, but it's real. And heaven is pulling your attention toward it because the next step of the plan was about to unfold. My beloved child, understand something deeply, you have a powerful destiny. Your spirit carries strength, your future carries elevation, and your presence carries light. But whenever a person carries a light like yours, there will always be hearts that cannot stand to see you rise. They don't say it out loud, but inside, they compare their life with yours. They compare your blessings with their struggles. They compare your resilience with their insecurity. And jealousy, hidden, silent, buried jealousy, turns them into a doorway the enemy can easily enter. That is exactly what has happened inside your home. Someone allowed a negative influence to whisper into their thoughts. Someone entertained a suggestion they should have rejected. Someone allowed their emotions to become clouded. And instead of protecting you, they unknowingly became part of a plot that was meant to disrupt your peace. But heaven intervened before the next stage could begin. I need you to reflect on the last 7 days. Think about the unusual tension inside the house. Think about the unexpected argument that happened over something small. Think about the silent treatment, the strange looks, the sudden mood shifts. These were not random, they were signals. Someone has been carrying a burden they will not admit. Someone inside your home is struggling with envy or insecurity. Someone has been listening to an outsider who has no good intentions for you. Someone outside planted doubt. Someone inside watered it. Heaven is revealing this not to frighten you, but to strengthen your awareness. You are not supposed to confront anyone right now. You are not supposed to accuse or question. You are supposed to observe, because the person who has become a part of this plot will reveal themselves without you needing to do anything at all. Their actions will speak. Their behavior will slip. Their eyes will show discomfort when your blessings increase. Their silence will be louder than their words. My beloved child, the plot was meant to attack your emotional stability. It was meant to cause misunderstandings, drain your mental peace, and make you question your own worth. It was meant to block your upcoming blessings. Because yes, what's coming toward your life is bigger than you imagined. A breakthrough you prayed for. A financial shift you have been waiting for. A relationship healing you didn't expect. A door opening that you thought was closed forever. And when blessings get close, attacks rise even closer. Not because you're cursed, but because you're chosen. You must understand this. The plot against your life began inside your home. But the victory will begin inside your spirit. Something is about to shift in your favor. The people who try to turn someone against you will soon be exposed. Their intentions will accidentally slip out. A message might be seen. A truth might come out through anger. Someone may confess something you never expected. And the person who was influenced against you will suddenly realize they were manipulated. They will feel guilty. They will see the truth. They will come back with clarity. Meanwhile, heaven is preparing to elevate you so high that the same people who doubted you will have no choice but to watch your rise silently. Your loyalty will be rewarded. Your patience will be honored. Your heart will be protected. And the plot that began inside your home will collapse before it can hurt you. Because you are not walking alone. You are covered. You are guarded. You are seen. And heaven is making sure that every hidden plan formed against you becomes exposed at the perfect time. My beloved child, your home will return to peace, your heart will return to strength, and your destiny will return to motion. The plot has failed. And the one who formed it will face the consequences of their intentions. Keep your spirit steady. Your protection is already active. And your victory has already begun. My beloved child, you need to understand something powerful about what is unfolding around you right now. The plot that began inside your home did not stop after the first step. The moment the seed of confusion was planted, the energy inside your house shifted in a way you didn't fully recognize, but heaven watched every piece of it forming like a chain. Someone started paying attention to your flaws more than your efforts. Someone began noticing your mistakes faster than your kindness. Someone inside your home who used to appreciate your presence slowly became irritated by it. But this irritation didn't come from their natural heart. This irritation came from the poison that was planted into them by someone whose intentions were never pure. And what is even more shocking is that this outsider didn't target them randomly. They targeted them because they knew that this one person's words, reactions, and emotions have influence inside your home. They knew this person's shift in behavior would affect your mental peace, your daily routine, your emotional stability, and your confidence. Because when the home becomes unstable, the whole life becomes unstable. That was the plan. But heaven intervened sooner than they expected. Think about the look someone gave you recently, a look that held something unfamiliar, like confusion, distrust, irritation, or silent judgment. That look wasn't simple. It was influenced. Someone changed the way they see you. Someone made them believe something that isn't true. And the saddest part? The person inside your home believed it, even if only for a moment. But heaven is not letting their heart remain in confusion for long. Because soon, they will begin to question why they suddenly felt different toward you. They will question why their emotions shifted. They will wonder why their heart felt heavy around you when it never did before. And that confusion inside them will begin to crumble, exposing the truth piece by piece. My beloved child, what you don't see is that the enemy tried to shake the foundation of your home so that your blessings could be delayed. They wanted tension inside your walls, arguments without reason, sadness without cause, and emotional distance without explanation. They wanted you to feel isolated even while being surrounded by people. They wanted you to question yourself, question your worth, question your path. But heaven is turning everything back in your favor. And what was meant to destroy your peace is now becoming the reason your intuition is awakening more sharply than ever. You are beginning to notice the energy shifts. You are beginning to read people without them speaking. You are beginning to sense things before they are revealed. That is not fear. That is spiritual alertness. Heaven is building your awareness so that no one can play with your destiny again. Something shocking is coming. A moment of truth. A moment when the person who agreed to be part of this plot will accidentally reveal something. It could be through anger, through frustration, through a slip of the tongue, or through a message you will see unexpectedly. And when that truth appears, everything will suddenly make sense. The distance, the coldness, the strange silence, the sudden irritation, the emotional imbalance. You will realize that the plan against you wasn't personal, it was spiritual. It targeted your purpose, not your personality. Because if the enemy can stop your peace, they can stop your progress. But they failed. In fact, the attack has only awakened a deeper strength inside you. My beloved child, heaven is arranging a reversal so powerful that the same person who doubted you will soon feel ashamed of allowing manipulation into their heart. They will look back and feel regret. They will remember moments when you gave your loyalty, your support, your kindness, your efforts, and they will feel the weight of how easily someone else twisted their emotions. They will return to you with clarity, with softness, with understanding. And the outsider who tried to poison your home will soon be exposed for who they truly are, a person who cannot stand your rising destiny. Your blessings are not small. The next chapter of your life holds growth, movement, financial increase, emotional healing, restored relationships, and opportunities that will shock even you. And that is exactly why this attack came now, because the enemy always moves strongest before your life shifts into abundance. They tried to delay it by touching your home, but they failed. Heaven has already removed the power of this plot. The plan is collapsing. The energy is returning to balance. The truth is rising to the surface. My beloved child, don't lose your calm. Don't overthink. Everything that was done behind your back is turning into a lesson that will strengthen your spirit, sharpen your instincts, and elevate your life. A major revelation is coming. A door is opening. Peace is returning. And the person who allowed the plot to begin inside your home will soon realize that heaven defends you in ways no human can understand. What was meant to break you is becoming the reason you rise stronger than ever before. Heaven is preparing a shift that will remove every shadow from inside your home and fill it with clarity, honesty, and divine protection once again. Your victory is not just coming. It has already started moving toward you. My beloved child, what you are about to understand now is the part of the story that heaven kept hidden until the very last moment, because if you had known earlier, your reaction would have changed everything. The plot against your life did not begin suddenly, it began gradually, in layers, in stages, like a shadow that grows when the light shifts. And now that the light of truth is rising, every hidden intention is becoming clearer, sharper, and impossible to ignore. Someone inside your home has been carrying emotions they never expressed. Someone inside your home has been listening to voices that were never meant to influence them. Someone inside your home has been acting differently, not because they suddenly became a bad person, but because someone outside your home manipulated their emotions carefully, almost elegantly, in a way that even they didn't realize how their behavior was changing. My beloved child, think about it. Think about how peaceful your home used to feel. Think about how natural the conversations were. Think about how laughter filled the air without pressure. And then slowly, very slowly, that atmosphere changed. Someone who used to greet you with warmth began greeting you with silence. Someone who used to share their day with you began hiding their thoughts. Someone who used to depend on you began acting like they don't need your presence at all. But deep down, behind their strange behavior, behind their distance, behind their irritation, is a very simple truth. Someone else planted a story in their mind about you. A story that wasn't real. A story that was designed to make them see you as the problem instead of the blessing you truly are. And the most dangerous part? The outsider knew exactly what they were doing. They didn't attack you directly. They attacked you through someone who lives around you, someone who sees you daily, someone whose energy affects your energy. Because the enemy knows that if the home is disturbed, the mind becomes disturbed. And if the mind becomes disturbed, the destiny becomes delayed. That was the plan. And whether you realize it or not, that plan began working, temporarily. Not because heaven was silent, but because heaven was watching how far the manipulation would go before stepping in. My beloved child, what the outsider didn't know is that heaven has been listening to every conversation. Heaven saw the moment someone spoke negativity about you, the moment someone said, "Why are they always like this?" or "Maybe they're hiding something," or "I don't like how they act lately." Words have power. And someone used words to shift the energy inside your home. Someone used doubt to soften the trust between you and someone close. Someone used jealousy to cloud their judgment. And that was the moment heaven decided the plan had gone far enough. You must understand, the person inside your home who fell into this emotional trap is not your enemy. They are a victim of influence. Their heart is not dark, it is confused. Their love for you did not vanish, it is temporarily clouded. Their loyalty didn't break, it became fragile because someone took advantage of their emotions. But heaven is restoring everything now. Heaven is clearing their heart. Heaven is removing the fog. Heaven is breaking the influence. Heaven is bringing clarity back into their soul. And soon, very soon, they will see exactly what was happening, and exactly who was guiding them into confusion. My beloved child, the next phase of this story is crucial. The person who began doubting you will start observing you more closely. Not because they don't trust you, but because their spirit is beginning to wake up. Something inside them will start questioning, why did I feel this? Why did I act like this? Why did I allow someone else to guide my emotions? They will start noticing your loyalty again. They will start noticing your efforts again. They will start noticing your kindness, your patience, your sacrifices, the things they forgot for a while. And the outsider who manipulated them will begin to lose their influence, because heaven is cutting their spiritual access to your home. Watch carefully, the person inside your home who acted distant will soon act differently. They will become quieter than usual, not out of anger this time, but out of confusion. Their eyes will reveal the struggle they are facing internally. They will start feeling guilty for the emotions they carried toward you. They will start feeling bad for the thoughts they entertained. They will start feeling the weight of the manipulation they allowed. They won't apologize immediately, their pride may stop them. But their behavior will soften. Their tone will change. Their reactions will shift. And these signs will be your confirmation that the divine reversal is already happening. My beloved child, you must stay patient. Because the truth is coming, and when it arrives, it will arrive in a way that shocks you completely. Either the outsider will expose themselves through a careless mistake, or the person inside your home will finally break and confess something like, "I don't know why I felt this way, someone told me something, someone made me doubt you." And the moment that truth spills out, everything will connect like pieces of a broken puzzle finally fitting back together. You will understand who started the plot, why they did it, and how they entered your home without stepping inside it. Because sometimes the most dangerous intruders don't walk through your door, they walk through someone's mind. My beloved child, your strength is rising. Your intuition is sharpening. Your clarity is returning. And the energy inside your home is shifting back to peace. The attacks they sent toward you will soon turn into blessings that lift you higher than before. Your finances will stabilize. Your mind will clear. Your relationships will heal. And your path will open again, wider and stronger than ever. The plot against your life will collapse publicly, spiritually, and emotionally. And the one who tried to ruin your peace will watch you rise with a light that becomes impossible to dim. Something powerful is coming, a breakthrough that your enemies never expected. And the same home where the plot began will become the home where your victory begins. Heaven is correcting everything. Your protection is active. Your destiny is safe. And your story is not ending, it is just starting a new, divine chapter. My beloved child, now listen carefully, because the part of this story that is unfolding next is something even you were not ready to face. The energy around you has been shifting for days, but heaven has been waiting for the exact moment to reveal the deeper truth, the truth that explains why the plot against your life grew so quickly, why the atmosphere inside your home tightened, and why someone you trusted suddenly began showing signs of emotional distance. This did not start from a single conversation. This started when your spirit began rising. When your destiny started activating. When blessings that were prepared for you started moving toward your life. People think attacks come randomly, but they come with precision, especially when your breakthrough is close. And the breakthrough heaven has prepared for you is not small. It is life-changing. And that is exactly why the enemy used someone inside your home. My beloved child, you have no idea how valuable your destiny is. You have no idea how much spiritual weight your presence carries. You have no idea how many times heaven has stepped in silently to protect you from things you will never even know existed. And the enemy knows this too. That is why they didn't attack you openly. They attacked the trust inside your home. Because the easiest way to shake a chosen soul is to shake the environment they rest in. And the plot that began inside your home was not just emotional, it was spiritual. Someone who should have supported you became a doorway without realizing it. Someone who should have protected you allowed someone else's voice to overwrite their own judgment. Someone who should have stood with you became momentarily blinded. And what caused the blindness? A lie. A carefully planted lie. A lie spoken by someone outside your home who knows how to twist words, how to manipulate minds, how to use emotions as tools. This outsider had one intention: to break the unity inside your home so that your spirit becomes weak, your confidence becomes shaken, and your destiny gets delayed. They knew exactly what they were doing. They targeted the person inside your home who has the softest heart, who has the most emotional depth, who has the biggest influence on your peace. That is why the shift felt so heavy, because it came through someone whose presence matters to you. Heaven saw the shift long before you understood it. And now heaven is revealing the layers behind it. The outsider planted doubts. The doubts created emotional distance. The emotional distance created tension. The tension created silence. And the silence created the perfect ground for the plot to grow. My beloved child, but what the enemy never expected was that your spirit cannot be disconnected from heaven. Even when the attacks began, you remained kind. You remained patient. You remained calm. You treated people with the same softness, same loyalty, same heart, even when they were influenced. And that goodness inside you became the shield that protected your destiny more than anything else. Heaven took note of your patience. Heaven took note of your silence. Heaven took note of your pain, the pain you never expressed, the pain you carried alone, the pain you pretended wasn't bothering you. Heaven saw it all. And now heaven is shifting everything in your favor. My beloved child, something major is about to happen, something that will completely expose the one who started the plot against you. It might come through an argument between two people, where someone accidentally reveals the truth in anger. It might come through a message someone forgets to delete. It might come through someone visiting your home and slipping up in their words. It might come through a moment when someone inside your home finally breaks down because the guilt becomes unbearable. But the exposure is coming, and it is coming soon. But before that happens, heaven needs you to notice something else. Pay attention to the small changes happening inside your home right now, the way someone watches you silently when they think you're not looking, the way their voice softens unexpectedly, the way their behavior shifts slowly, the way their guilt shows in their eyes before their words. That is not coincidence. That is the beginning of awakening. Their heart is starting to realize the manipulation they fell into. Their spirit is beginning to question the negativity they believed. Their soul is starting to return to clarity. And when clarity returns, the truth follows. My beloved child, this next part is important. When the truth comes out, you will have two choices: respond with anger or respond with wisdom. Heaven is guiding you to choose wisdom. Anger breaks more than it heals. But wisdom reveals more than anyone expects. You do not need to shout, argue, or confront. You only need to stand in your truth, because your truth is strong enough to collapse the entire plot without you moving a single step. Heaven will fight this battle for you. Heaven will expose the manipulator. Heaven will restore harmony inside your home. Heaven will lift you above every shadow that tried to touch you. Heaven will turn this entire situation into a testimony of how deeply protected you truly are. And now, something even more surprising is coming. The same person who doubted you will soon start defending you. The same person who unknowingly participated in the plot will become the person who shields you from further attacks. Their heart will shift so drastically that even the outsider who manipulated them will feel threatened. They will no longer believe the lies. They will no longer entertain negativity. They will no longer allow poison to enter your home. And the outsider who started this will panic. Because once their control breaks, their plan collapses entirely. They will try to come close again, but the person inside your home who once listened to them will no longer respond the same way. Their heart will be guarded. Their mind will be clear. Their spirit will be aligned again. My beloved child, the next 7 days are going to reveal everything heaven has been preparing behind the scenes. A shift in energy. A shift in relationships. A shift in the atmosphere inside your home. A shift in your intuition. A shift in your destiny. Everything that was stuck will begin to move. Everything that felt delayed will accelerate. Everything that was hidden will come to light. Everything that was whispered in darkness will be spoken in daylight. And every person who wronged you will witness your rise. One more thing, heaven is not only fixing the plot against you, heaven is blessing you after it. Because whenever the enemy attacks violently, heaven blesses abundantly. After this revelation, you will experience a breakthrough you didn't expect. A financial opportunity. A new connection. A door opening. A burden lifting. A season of peace returning to your life. And the same home where the plot began, will become the same home where your blessings arrive. My beloved child, your story isn't breaking. It is transforming. Your home isn't falling apart. It is being rebuilt with truth. Your heart isn't weak. It is being strengthened with wisdom. And your destiny isn't delayed. It is being prepared for elevation. This battle was never yours. It was always heaven's. And heaven has already won. My beloved child, the moment you've been unknowingly walking toward is now unfolding more quickly than anyone around you realizes, because heaven has begun pulling away the final veil, the one that hid the deepest layer of this plot, the part that was the most dangerous, the part that even the person inside your home didn't know they were contributing to. What looks like simple tension on the surface is actually the residue of a spiritual battle happening behind your walls, one that began quietly, subtly, like fog entering through a window left slightly open. And now that the fog is lifting, heaven wants you to understand what was truly happening in the hidden spaces of your life. Someone inside your home wasn't just influenced, they were silently tested. Their loyalty was tested. Their trust was tested. Their heart was tested. And for a moment, even though they never meant to hurt you, they failed the test. Not because they are evil, not because they wished harm upon you, but because someone outside your home found the perfect crack to slip their poison through. The outsider observed your home from a distance, paying attention to small weaknesses, watching moments when someone inside your home felt stressed, insecure, overwhelmed, or emotionally vulnerable. And they chose that exact moment to strike, knowing that an emotionally heavy heart is the easiest to manipulate. They whispered into that person's mind in the form of advice, concern, or suggestion, but beneath those soft words was a sharp intention. They wanted to turn that person against you, not fully, but just enough to shake your ground. And for a while, the outsider's voice echoed louder in their ears than the truth they once held for you. But heaven saw everything. And heaven waited. Heaven watched how far the manipulation would go. Heaven watched how your heart stayed patient, how you carried love even in silence, how you treated the person inside your home with kindness even when they were cold, how you stayed calm even when they shifted in ways that confused you. That patience became a light that the outsider could not touch. That love became a shield that the enemy could not break. And now that the spiritual winds are changing, heaven is taking the plot that was formed against you and turning it into a revelation that will transform everything. My beloved child, the person inside your home who became distant is not at peace. Their mind is fighting a silent battle. They are questioning why their emotions changed so suddenly. They are questioning why doubts entered their heart. They are questioning why their behavior toward you shifted in ways they cannot explain. And that inner confusion is not punishment, it is awakening. Heaven is stirring their heart. Heaven is pulling them back to truth. Heaven is clearing the fog from their vision. And as their clarity returns, the outsider's influence begins to crumble like dust in sunlight. There will be a moment, very soon, when the person inside your home will find themselves standing in a situation where their heart will be forced to choose: continue believing the lies they were fed, or return to the truth they always knew about you. And in that moment, their heart will lean back toward you. They will begin to remember your loyalty, your sacrifices, your goodness, your intentions, your heart. They will remember every moment you supported them, every moment you stood with them, every moment you carried their burdens without complaint. And guilt will rise, not the kind that destroys, but the kind that restores. They will feel a pull inside their soul, a longing to reconnect with you, to come back to you, to speak to you honestly again. And heaven will guide them toward that restoration, because the unity inside your home is essential for the blessings coming your way. My beloved child, the outsider who manipulated this situation is becoming restless. Their influence is breaking. Their plan is collapsing. They feel the spiritual disconnect. They sense the shift. And they know that once the person inside your home regains clarity, everything they whispered will be exposed. That outsider never expected heaven to intervene so quickly. They never expected their control to weaken. They never expected the bond inside your home to heal. And now, they are trying to tighten their grip, to say something again, to send a message, to plant a new doubt, to restart the same cycle. But heaven has already sealed the door they once entered through. Their words will no longer have power. Their poison will no longer spread. Their influence will no longer linger. And soon, my beloved child, the outsider will show signs of desperation. They might reach out unexpectedly. They might pretend to care. They might attempt to check in, as if they are concerned. They might try to sound helpful or innocent. But every time they try to re-enter the situation, heaven will block their attempts. Something will stop them, a change in timing, a sudden interruption, a shift in energy, a feeling inside the person in your home that says, "No, not this time." Heaven is closing the spiritual doorway they once used. But here is the twist the audience will feel in their bones. The person inside your home will soon start picking up the pieces of the plot one by one, and they will begin realizing that the outsider's words were inconsistent, exaggerated, manipulative, or suspicious. They will notice patterns they ignored before. They will recall things the outsider said that never made sense. They will feel the guilt of having doubted you. And their heart will choose you again. Slowly, subtly, silently, but surely. My beloved child, the most powerful part of this entire story is still ahead. The restoration will not be soft. It will be dramatic. The truth will not emerge quietly. It will burst out in a moment heaven chooses, either through a confrontation between two people, or through a message someone wasn't meant to see, or through a confession made during an emotional moment, or through a sudden slip of the tongue in a heated conversation. When that moment arrives, the entire plot will collapse instantly. The outsider's motives will be exposed. Their lies will come to light. Their intentions will be revealed. And the person inside your home will feel shock, regret, confusion, and relief, all at the same time. And when the truth finally reaches you, my beloved child, your reaction will determine the next chapter of your destiny. And heaven will guide you to respond not with anger, but with strength, with clarity, with wisdom. Your calmness in that moment will strike harder than any reaction. Your silence will speak louder than any accusation. Your presence will reveal more truth than any argument. The person inside your home will feel the weight of what almost happened. And in that moment, heaven will begin healing the relationship in a way that strengthens the bond permanently. And then, the blessings will arrive. The financial shift you've been waiting for. The opportunity you prayed for. The emotional peace your heart has been craving. The stability your soul has been missing. The clarity your mind needed. Everything that was delayed will rush toward you with divine force. And the same home where the plot began, will become the home where the breakthrough lands. My beloved child, this is your turning point. Nothing formed against you will stand. Your destiny is protected. Your heart is guarded. Your home is being cleansed. And your story is about to step into its most powerful chapter yet. My beloved child, now heaven brings you to the final moment of truth, the moment where every hidden intention, every silent word, every manipulated emotion, and every unseen spiritual influence finally rises to the surface. This is the part where everything becomes clear, why someone inside your home shifted, why someone outside pushed them, why your energy felt heavy, why your intuition felt restless, and why heaven kept bringing this message to you again and again. Because what is about to unfold is not just a revelation, it is a divine alignment of justice, clarity, and elevation all happening at once. The plot that began inside your home is now reaching the point where heaven will not allow another step to be taken against you. The forces that attempted to shake your stability, cloud your relationships, and weaken your spirit have run out of room, out of strength, and out of time. Everything they whispered has formed a circle, and that circle is now closing from all sides. Someone inside your home is feeling the pressure rising in their chest, not because of guilt alone, but because their spirit is being pushed to recognize the truth they ignored. They may have walked differently, spoken differently, reacted differently, but inside their heart, there sits a storm that they can no longer hold back. The outsider who manipulated them thought they were winning, thought their influence was solid, thought their words were accepted, but heaven has been moving behind the scenes, weakening their strength, breaking their access, and preparing for the moment where truth explodes with divine timing. My beloved child, the tension inside your home that has been building is not random. It is spiritual pressure. Someone is nearing the point where they cannot keep secrets anymore. Their conscience has grown too heavy. Their emotions too unstable. Their silence too loud. Every day, their heart aches with the conflict between what they were told, and what they know deep down about who you truly are. They are beginning to see the outsider's motives. They are beginning to connect the dots. They are beginning to remember conversations that didn't add up. They are beginning to notice how the outsider always spoke against you, but never offered peace. They are beginning to see signs that didn't make sense earlier. And now heaven is pushing their heart so strongly that they cannot ignore the truth any longer. They will have to face what they allowed. They will have to face what they believed. They will have to face what they repeated. And they will have to face you, the one whose loyalty never changed, whose support never faded, whose love never broke, even in silence. That realization alone will shake their soul. But my beloved child, listen closely to this. Heaven is not exposing this plot to embarrass anyone. Heaven is exposing it to heal you. To restore what was shaken. To rebuild what was cracked. To strengthen what was weakened. And to elevate you beyond the reach of anyone who tried to pull you down. This final revelation will not bring chaos, it will bring clarity. It will not bring separation, it will bring understanding. It will not bring pain, it will bring transformation. Because everything that was meant to harm you is turning into a stepping stone that lifts you higher. My beloved child, imagine the moment when the truth finally arrives. It may happen in a quiet conversation, where someone finally breaks down and admits that someone outside influenced them. It may happen in a heated moment, where a confession slips out accidentally. It may happen through a message they forgot to delete, a call you overhear, a statement someone says without thinking, or a comment someone makes that instantly reveals the truth. Whatever form it takes, it will hit like lightning. The confusion in your home will suddenly make sense. The distance will suddenly connect. The behavior shifts will suddenly align. And the outsider's motives will stand exposed in a way that even they cannot deny. Once the truth comes out, the spiritual weight that has been sitting on your home will lift instantly. You will feel the atmosphere change. You will feel the tension break. You will feel peace returning. And the person inside your home who doubted you will look at you differently, with clarity, with guilt, with softness, with understanding. My beloved child, that moment will be powerful. They will realize they allowed a seed of doubt to grow. They will realize they listened to someone who never wished the best for your home. They will realize they stepped into a shadow that wasn't theirs. Their apology may not come in words first, it may come in behavior. In the way they speak. In the way they look at you. In the way they choose to stay close to you again. In the way they try to fix the energy between you. In the way they slowly open up. In the way they protect you from further negativity. This entire experience will change them. And the outsider? Their influence will collapse entirely. They will lose access. They will lose control. They will lose the spiritual doorway they once used to enter your home. Heaven will place a barrier between them and your life so strong that every attempt they make to interfere will fall apart instantly. And now, my beloved child, heaven brings you to the final truth. This plot was never about destroying you. It was about awakening you. Awakening your intuition. Awakening your spiritual strength. Awakening your awareness of who is real and who is not. Awakening you to see who truly stands with you and who collapses when whispers enter the room. Awakening the person inside your home whose heart needed cleansing from hidden insecurity. Awaken them to see how easily negativity can slip into a home that is unguarded. This awakening is not punishment, it is preparation. Preparation for the blessings coming your way. Because heaven needed your home strengthened before those blessings arrive. A weak foundation cannot hold a heavy blessing. A confused heart cannot handle divine elevation. A manipulated mind cannot receive breakthrough opportunities. So heaven allowed the plot to form, only to collapse it at the perfect moment, strengthening every part of your life. My beloved child, after this final chapter, your home will not remain the same. It will be stronger. It will be closer. It will be clearer. The relationships inside it will be more honest. The boundaries will be more defined. The outsider will be removed spiritually. Your intuition will be sharper. Your spirit will be protected. And heaven will begin releasing blessings that were delayed because your home needed this correction first. Financial breakthroughs. Unexpected opportunities. Emotional peace. Deep healing. Restored connections. Renewed strength. A major shift is coming, a shift that will feel like the first deep breath after years of heaviness. And this time, my beloved child, the blessings will not be attacked, because the enemy has been exposed. The person inside your home will stand with you, not against you. And heaven will protect what is coming next with a shield so strong that not even a shadow can cross it. This is your final chapter of revelation. The plot ends here. The truth begins here. Your healing begins here. Your elevation begins here. My beloved child, heaven has already declared victory over your home, your heart, and your destiny. And nothing, absolutely nothing, will stop what is coming next for you.